Hello, good night. I hope you guys are having a good night. Welcome to my live in xTool. Today we're gonna be doing some dad gifts. We're gonna be engraving some materials using the xTool F1 Ultra. Hopefully, I will be able to do some lives soon using the M2. It's just I'm currently not in my studio, but I should be arriving soon. Let me know in the chat how you guys are doing today. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. And let me know where are you watching me today from. Hello, Dayton, Ohio. Nice. Um, like I always said, I have a few delays on the chat, but I will get to it. So today we're gonna be doing some engravings, some that gift with some soccer theme on it. Are you guys watching the World Cup? I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I like it. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Indiana, nice. Oh, few people from Indiana, nice. Oklahoma, nice. So my name is Oma. If you guys have not seen me here, I'm based in New Jersey, but I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. If you're just joining, today we're gonna be engraving some materials for that gifts with soccer theme. So feel free to scan these. Let me put the link really quick. I forgot to do that. So you guys can fill this form that is on the screen right here. So you can enter the draw to win a gift card, okay? So the email and all that goes right here. You guys can scan it or take a screenshot, but let me just grab the link really quick. Let me put the link so it's easier for you guys. Okay. In the meantime, let me know how you guys are doing. Sorry for the delay. I'm just generating the link for the QR code so it's easier for you guys to enter. Wisconsin, nice. So today, if you're just entering the live, we're gonna be engraving some gifts with a little bit of soccer theme. Okay. So I'm just trying to find the link generator. So it's easier for you. Um, okay, I think I found it. Okay. Okay. Watching from Florida, nice. Okay. So before we start doing some engravings, I'm gonna start because I have received so many questions about the correct machine to start engraving. And I want to jump on that really quick. I know that some of you are very familiar with xTool, but we have some, I have received so many questions, some customers that really want to know the difference between the machines. So we're going to jump on that really quick. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Perfecto. Voy para allá ahora mismo. So here, I will show you guys the difference between the machines. As I say, I know some of you are very familiar with it, but I have received so many questions on this that I want to jump on this really quick. Okay. So xTool have different laser engravers. I'm just gonna do a brief, uh, a really quick summary on the difference between these four right here that are the base like engravers machine from xTool. This is apart from the M2 or the CO2 lasers. Okay, so it's different, all right. But we have the X2 F1, so that is the base model from X2. We also have the X2 F2, so people get a little bit confused on these. But the X2 F1 have a 2-watt infrared laser. Okay, the infrared laser is mostly for metal. Okay, so if you want to engrave like jewelry, you need the X2 F2 or the X2 F1 Ultra. That's my best suggestion for you. You can definitely use the F1, but you're a little bit limited, all right? So the X2 F1 have a 10-watt diode laser, and the X2 F2 have a 15-watt diode laser. I have this error right here, so don't mind that, okay? Um, but the X2 F1 Ultra is the one that have 20-watt fiber laser and 20-watt diode laser, right? So this is like the happy medium uh, for everything. um, that is my favorite laser. X2 have the X2 F2 Ultra, and that is a beast, all right? But if you're just entering this world, I suggest the F2 or the F1 Ultra, okay? Also, the X2 F2 Ultra UV. So the the Ultra UV is a totally different laser. It's a UV laser, okay? So you can engrave glass without having to use a marker, without having to use paint, okay? Today we're gonna be using the X2 F1 Ultra. So we are going to be using tempera to engrave glass, okay? So you will see how that is done, on the difference. So for the F2, if you want to engrave glass, you need to go with the Ultra UV. It's also a beast machine. You can also engrave wood, you name it, a crystal, like I said, glass. You can also engrave a stainless steel. You can engrave a lot. It's a very versatile machine. So if you want to engrave like everything, you should go with the Ultra UV. Okay. So these are the main difference. Also the size. So the X2 F2 is very portable. The X2 F1 Ultra is bigger, like much bigger. Okay, but it's still portable. All right, you can still transport it. Okay. So I just wanted to jump on that really quick before we start doing some engravings here. Okay. Let me put back the screen so you guys can scan the QR code in the meantime. I'm seeing here some emails in the chat. So you need to scan these so you can add your email and your information to enter the draw. Okay. And we also have this code right here that is stackable right now with the current sale. But we will talk a little bit on the sale in a few minutes. It's a really nice sale, okay? And you can stack my code right here, okay? So let me put really quick this in the meantime. And like I said, I'm trying to find the link so it's easier for you guys. It's just I forgot to do that from the beginning. Let me see really quick if I can do that. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, don't worry. Okay. I think I will not be able to do it, but it's all right. Let me see if this one works. It just is so much easier. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it works. So okay, let's try it. I'm gonna drop here on the chat the link and let me know if it works. I just pin it. All right. So you need to click that form right there and fill that out with your email and your information, okay? Cheryl, Shama, please fill out that form so you guys can enter the draw, right? You need to put your email on that form, all right? Okay, so we can jump on um, our first task of today live. So we're gonna be engraving a journal like this. You guys can find this on Amazon. It's a really nice gift, and it have a nice profit. All right. Thank you, Shaba. Thank you so much. So it have a nice profit, and it comes in different colors, and it's really nice to engrave. Okay, all right. Thank you for letting me know. I will check on that, Parker. So this is how it looks. Thank you for letting me know that. I will check. Okay, I will check really quick. Um, I will send them a message really quick to see why it's not working. Um, so right now, today we're going to use the xTool F1 Ultra, all right? Let me show this girl right here. So it's a big machine, all right? Comparing to the F2. Do you guys have the F1? If you guys have a xTool machine, what machines do you guys have? So as always, these two dots that you see here, they need to be overlapping. Thank you, I've seen. That's weird. Thank you for letting me know, really, because we need to fix that. So, okay, we already have that. Okay, and now we will go to the software. We're gonna be engraving some Messi, from Argentina. This will be a nice gift. Let's connect the device. I'm gonna try Wi-Fi first, but my Wi-Fi has been a little bit tricky these past few days, so let's do it by cable. So you can connect xTool machines via USB cable or via Wi-Fi, all right? It's already connected. We are going to take a picture, and there you have it. And we're going to engrave this nice art right here. The camera from these machines are really accurate. So it would be perfect. But as you can see, it's a little bit off center, but we will fix that with framing, all right? We're gonna look here for leather. This is PU leather. It's a little bit gray, but we will go with white, all right? I also want to show you guys the difference between infrared and diode laser, all right? Some people get confused. I want to show you guys the difference. We can engrave leather with fiber laser. It's just it will look different, all right? So let's try fiber laser first. We're gonna do framing, and let me show you how that looks. Let's switch right here, and let's maximize this. And as you can see there, we are framing. We're using the framing feature. So you will see where it's going to be engraving, okay? So now we already have it centered where we want it. Joseph, I'm using the xTool F1 Ultra. This is how she looks. Let me show you again the framing feature. And let me show you another type of framing. This is called outline framing. And you can see the actual form of the image or word or anything that you're engraving. This is one of my favorite features. Now we're gonna go to the software really quick. We're gonna stop framing, click process. Like I said, we're gonna start with the fiber laser first, so we can see the difference. All right, we're gonna click start. Let me go and maximize this, and then we're gonna close this right here, and we're gonna click start. If it's too light, we will um, give it another pass, but I think it's all right. I even can use a lighter setting, but it's looking nice. Yeah, this is the F1 Ultra. Nice, PA. I live in New Jersey. We're close. I have a P3, F2, and an F2 UV. I'm missing the F2 UV, but I think I'm gonna get it soon. Ooh, Wonder Press. Yes, those are my next purchases for sure. Okay, let's see how this looks. Also, the color vary depending on the color of the notepad. This is how it looks. It looks really nice, very detailed. You can see the wording, you can see everything. Sorry, right there. You can see the wording, you can see everything. So we're gonna try on the back. Let's try the diode laser, so you can see the difference. We're gonna pop back to the software, and we're gonna change that. We're gonna take a picture, and we're gonna change to blue light. Okay, and I think I'm gonna lower the power. Put some speed here. If it doesn't engrave deep, we'll just do another pass. Okay. Like I said, I prefer to do a high speed pass and not burn my item and go over again that burn my item. But you know, we learn in the process. So okay, let's do some framing here. Okay. Perfect. We're gonna stop the framing. Close the door. Click process. Start. And let's start it. And this is the blue light. We're gonna go over it again because it's white, but you can see the difference. I'm using the filter. xTool does sell really nice filters. And this is how it looks. So it's very light. So we're gonna go over it again, okay? You just press the pad 2 times and it will go over again. Thank you, Corey. Let me check on that code really quick in the meantime. Okay, I think I like it more now. Oh yeah, it looks really good. But just to experiment, we're gonna give it another pass just to see how it looks. Okay, it's looking a little bit darker. Okay, and that is the result. I'm looking to get the F2 Ultra UV. The XO Ultra F2 Ultra UV is a really nice machine. It's very versatile. Let me show you. That is how it looks. Let me move these. Just let me show you the difference. This is diode laser, and this is infrared. It looks more dark, more black, and this looks more white. So the color depends on the notepad. It depends honestly on what you are engraving. But let me show you this. Maybe here it looks better. So here you can see it better for sure. And this is the diode laser part. So a little hard to focus, but I really like the result. It looks really nice. So this is for a perfect soccer fan that you can find this notepad on Amazon. They sell them in bulk, and they're really nice. So on to the next thing. Hey guys. Oh, welcome. Better late than never, for sure. Welcome, welcome. So today, if you're just joining, we're engraving some dad gifts with a little bit of soccer theme, and we're using the F1 Ultra, right? Hopefully, in the next week, I will be doing a live using the M2. I'm very excited to use that machine on a live. I have a few ideas, so I really want to get on that. So the next thing that we're going to engrave is around the same material of the notepad. And I really love these. They are mug huggers. The results on these are really nice. I have different colors, and they are very good. They are very good items to sell to and to give. Awesome. And how are you enjoying your M2? Do you like it so far? Have you made some projects yet? So let's start with this brown mug hugger. And the next project that we're going to do is glass engraving. So I have got many questions on these, so we're gonna use this as a test one, so you guys can see how it engraves. All glasses, different perfumes, they vary on the settings, so it depends. But definitely the F1 Ultra can engrave glass, okay? And the other thing that we're gonna touch base today, I have made some posts on Facebook about my on-site engraving, and I received lots of questions about engraving with our rotary. I did talk about it on my last live, but I want to touch base on that because I received a lot of questions on it. And you can definitely engrave without it. The thing is that you're limited on the sizing, okay? But I'm going to show you guys how still you can do it and how I do it. You can definitely do it your way, but I'm going to show you how I do it. I just do this only if the person want a small engraving and if I'm doing an event, okay? Because when you're doing on-site engraving at events, you cannot use your lid open with the F2 or the F1 Ultra, right? So you definitely need to have your tumbler closed, all right? So yeah, we're gonna get on that today too. So let's jump again on doing this first, all right? So let's minimize these. Okay. We're gonna put this right here. Let me see a chat really quick. I don't want to lose what you guys are saying. Um, Nice. Really? I need to try that. I have seen some videos on that. Like that looks so good. Like temporary tattoos. That's great. Like we can do a lot with those. Like, man, you can sell it, you can do it for birthdays, weddings. Like then we're gonna have to try to print on a canvas though. Nice. Did you guys saw that the coming soon UV printer have direct to garment? Like, I don't know. I'm excited to try that. Okay, we already have it focused right there. I know you can see that, we have different height on these. I find the center in these mug huggers by this, following these. And so far, it really does engrave really nice, even if it's not even, okay? But it comes, you can find some 3D printed, I forgot their names, but you can put it in here and stretch this out. That is my best suggestion. It's just I don't have it right now here. I'm a little bit limited today, but let's just try it. Let's close the door. Yeah, and Corey, let me know if you have any questions. You can let me know, and if I can help, I will answer that and let you know any tricks or tips that I may have. Okay. So let's go here to the software. We're gonna use, let's change the material to a darker leather. We're gonna use this one. And let's just eliminate this. And we're gonna write, let's see. We can write best that. Let me change the font. I'm gonna use this font for, well, nah, let's use this font for these. Let's take a picture. Also, just in case you don't have an xTool machine, the F1 Ultra have a camera and the F2. The one that does not have a camera is the xTool F1, okay? The xTool F1 comes in a light version that only have diode laser, okay? It doesn't have dual lasers, so you only have one. So you only get the diode laser, blue light laser. So we're gonna put that, and I also have this soccer ball right here. Let's copy that, and let's put the soccer ball right here. Or no, you know what? Let me see. I have a screenshot right here for, this is the Argentina logo. We're gonna trace it. This feature, I really love this feature. This is on the xTool software, right? You don't need to go out and do this somewhere else, okay? You can trace it right here. You can trace it by color. We just have two colors here, so it will grab it really quick. But just in case you have multiple colors, you can click layering by color. So we separate these, delete this photo right here. And we're gonna change it to engrave, and there we have it. So we're gonna add this right here. I think it will look really cool. Let's align everything. Perfect. And let's just, I think I like it like this. Nah, okay. Let's put it like this way. Okay. Perfect. Now let's use the framing feature. But first, let me show you this right here. So xTool have this right here, so you can have some reference, some settings already made. So this is using the infrared, all right? But for this, I like better using the diode laser, blue light laser, okay? Um, I'm gonna lower a little bit these, but usually these settings work perfectly. It's just I want to show you guys the difference. So let's do some framing right here. Okay, let me change my camera really quick. And let me show you guys how the framing look. So as you can see here, you're seeing the outline framing, but we're gonna change it to square rectangle framing really quick, because I want to see in square. You can see it there. So let's center this better. Okay, we're gonna move it. Let's try these. So okay, let's see. Okay, I think this side is better. Okay, so I'm following this right here, the bottom part, to achieve the center of this piece. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit low on this part, but it will work all right. Okay, let's stop the framing. Jennifer, I really want a fiber and a UV laser. xTool does have a bundle for those two, so you might want to check that out. Later, I will show you guys. I have got some question about the sale that they're having right now, so we will talk about that in a few minutes. So okay, let's see. We're gonna click process on the software start, and we need to make sure that the two dots are on top of each other. So let's cancel it because it changed a little bit. Okay, we are good to go now. Start. We're gonna close the door. Perfect. And let's start it. Let's see how it looks. So as you can see, we're missing. Let me turn the fan on. We're missing some blackness on it, so we're gonna go over it again, okay? But that is what I wanted to show you guys. So if you want to go another pass, you just click these two times and it will go over it again. There you have it. And I think we can give it another pass. Let's see. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, definitely we can definitely do another pass. So yeah, Excel settings were right. Let's go again. Perfect. So like I said, I really do love these mug huggers. They're really nice. And the results are always like flawless. Perfect. Let's see. Let me show you guys how this looks. Stunning, honestly. Let me switch to this camera really quick. And this is how it looks. Really nice. Just turn the fan off. So I think it's a little bit off center. But yeah, really nice. I really love the result. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if it can focus. But it looks really nice. I don't know. I really love these ones. I don't know. I'm a fan of these mug huggers. um, so right now we're going to try. I want to do some. Let me see. I have here some USA shapes. Let's go back to the software really quick. Let me know, guys, if you have used this feature that X will have the tracing. Some screenshot here. Let's see how this works on this one. Trace. Okay, let's see. Let's engrave this part on the back. Perfect. Okay. Let's put it right here. Tech P, please let me really quick put this right here. So you guys can jump on this really quick. Feel free to scan these or in the chat. I put a pin. Let me put it here, so you guys can. Let me pin. So I have a pin link on the chat, so you guys can click it and fill out the form. All right, or you can scan these, so you can participate on the giveaway. Okay. Excel choose three uh, persons to win a gift card, and you will be notified in 48 hours. Okay. Oh, so let's go back to the software really quick. Let me show you guys here the software. And We're gonna change to diode laser and we're gonna leave the settings that we had, okay? Probably we'll still need to go over it again. Let's take a picture. It's just I want to be safe. Better safe than sorry. So we're gonna do some framing right here. And let's center it really quick. Perfect. Now we're gonna close the door. Click process, start. Let's go back right here. I'm gonna turn on my filter, start. Yeah, it does. I really love that feature. It does really good. And if you have multiple color images, it does work really well. I love xTool software, honestly. You know, I get asked a lot why I have everything xTool, and the software is one of the main reasons. Like I don't need to use multiple software to do one thing. Nice. I think I'm gonna purchase next week the F2 Ultra UV. I don't have it yet, so I think I'm gonna go and buy it. Michelle, this is the X2 F1 Ultra. It's a 20-watt diode laser and 20-watt infrared laser. Thank you, Camacho. Thank you for saying that. And I'm happy you guys are here. Thank you for joining. Um, I'm trying to do some lives every week with different cool content that you guys want to see. Hopefully, next week I'm doing some content on the M2. And here it is. Like I said, I love this result on these mug huggers. The result is always so flawless. Like there you have it. Let me show you. I'm trying this camera to see if it gets better focus. And there you have it. Like, look how cool. Let me flip this camera mirror so you can see it better. Like, look at that. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, yeah, here. So, guys, scan this code. This code. Sorry, it's mirror. Let's put it like back. Mirror. Okay. So, like I said, scan these, and if you can scan it, go and click the link that I have pinned, so you guys can enter to the draw to win the X tool. Every time that we have a live going on here, you guys can enter the draw. You guys can win this gift card, honestly. And let me show you also, guys, the code. We're working on that code. Let me see if it's already working. It was not working, I think, earlier. Got it. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Rich. Let me show you guys the code. So this is the code right here. So you guys can use that and you can stock it with the sale that is going on. And later on the live, we will go over that sale. I have had some questions on it. So we will go over it together so you guys can understand the sale better. So now we're gonna try and engrave some glass. 1 second, let me type this. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna engrave some glass on this perfume. We're gonna take this. It's a used perfume, as you can see, but you can do this on a new perfume. You just I'm a little limited on this live today, but I have received some questions on how you can engrave glass on the F1 or the F2 or the F1 Ultra. Okay, I don't like to engrave on the F1 glass, but on the F2 you can engrave glass beautifully, and on the F1 Ultra, on the F2 also. You are going to be using the diode laser, okay? If you want to do a lot of glass, I suggest you go with the F2 Ultra UV, okay? The UV laser, you don't need to paint it, okay? No, no problems with the sound, thankfully. I don't have. I have thankfully I have not had any issues with the sound. Like maybe since two lives ago. But thanks for asking. Yes, Corey. I really like it. Yeah, you can definitely add your own art. Yeah, definitely. And xTool software is really good. You can even do some edits. You can edit everything from the xTool software. I will show you in a minute, but you can definitely add your own art. So for glass, using the xTool F2 or the dial, any dial laser, you need to paint it. Okay. So I prefer, you can use tempera. You can also use a spray called um, Krylon shortcuts. Okay. Krylon shortcuts can also help achieve a nice result on glass. I actually prefer the Krylon. It's just I don't have it here. But my second best is a tempera pen or chalk black marker. Okay, so you can find these also on Amazon, and xTool does have some. I think I forgot the name, but are some black paper that you can add here. Okay, and that also works really nice. So you can also use tempera, like regular tempera with a brush, but this is less messier. All right, so you just shake it and just go over it like this. um, you just cover the area that you're engraving, but we're gonna use this as a test. Okay, this, you need to let it dry, all right? So you cannot use it right away, but this dries pretty quick. Okay, that's also another reason that I prefer tempera. Also, you only need to do these on glass that is like this or that is clear. Marking paper, thank you, Joe. um, So if you're using like a perfume that have color, like that is coated, you don't need to do this. All right. There are some perfumes that does have already like colored, so you don't need to do that. But in some easier words, the machines need to see where it's going to engrave, because if not, the laser will bounce, and it will actually engrave your laser base plate. Okay, so you don't want that. You can see that mine is you know, already engraved. We have some markings on there, and we also have tape. We have everything. My X2 F1 Ultra is around 2 years old. Thank you, Camacho. Yeah, no, I have not been having any sound problems. Thank you. Okay, so let's jump on this. So it's looking like this. So it will get dry. It's pretty dry right now. So we're gonna minimize this and we're gonna maximize this screen right here. So as you can see, let me put an example. If you put the two dots right here, you will see that the laser is on the bottom, because it will go right through the glass. Okay, so that is what we don't want. So that's why you need to color the glass. So the two dots need to be overlapping. We're gonna be using the settings that we have on the xTool software, but like I said, the settings vary per glass. So it's a little bit tricky, but not impossible. Um, and that is one of the reasons that I want the xTool UV. You know, if the if the base not marked, you're not trying hard enough. I'm just going to engrave the top part. So okay, we already have it there. So let's go to the software, finish. Let's take a picture, and we're gonna change the font to this because I want something bolder. Let's use this one. Okay. So let's engrave best that. I will actually use different settings, all right? So you guys can see the difference in settings. Okay. So we're gonna go right here on the material library of xTool software, and we're gonna type, or we're gonna find glass right here. They have different options. So we have some options that are made for the xTool Ultra UV, like this right here, K9 hard. So that is the type of glass that you use for inside glass engraving. So we're gonna go with this type of glass, and we're gonna change some settings a little bit. We're gonna lower this a bit. Let's go a little bit lower. Speed, we're gonna put this a little bit faster. And right here, let's leave this like this. Some glass can crack a little bit, so we also want to avoid that. But like I said, when you find the correct settings, you will be good to go. So let's say that you engrave a lot of like wine glass. When you find your setting, you will be good to go. Sometimes some different wine glass is different, different manufacturers. So you also need to take that into consideration. Let's leave it at 90, and let's put this at 250. Okay, and we're going to be using blue light. All right. Let's go 240 on lines. Okay, so we're gonna put best that right here, and love you on the bottom, a little bit tiny. Let's align everything. Everything is aligned. Oh, let's change this to diode. We don't want to use fiber, right? So we're gonna check framing. So there you have it. Let's center it a little bit. Perfect. So let's see. And then after the engraving is done, you need to wipe everything, okay? I prefer to clean everything with soap and water. Um, but we have, people have different methods on cleaning. Let's click process, start, and let's start it. Okay, so let's see the result. This can probably withstand a more strong setting. Let's show you guys how it looks. So I'm gonna go over it again, all right? I think it's not going to work, but let's try it on the bottom. Let's put best that again. This is a testing perfume, so it's all right. Let's put it right here, and let's do 95. All right, a little bit stronger this time. Okay, perfect. Process, start. Let me go find really quick my cloth. Okay, here we have it. Okay. Let me change the camera here really quick. And let me see if it can focus. So this is how it looks. Now let's clean it. Usually, like I said, I use soap and water, but we are using this cloth right here. So you just wipe it down. You can also use something, I don't know if you guys have seen it, some buff, gold buff. So you can add it to the engraving and turn it to color. You can buy silver, you can buy gold, you name it. Okay. So this is the result. It can definitely withstand more stronger setting this glass, but I just wanted to be safe on the setting and not crack the glass. This is a silver glass, so you can definitely engrave stronger and have a deeper result on these. But like I said, I just wanted to be safe. But let's see if you can see the details right here. So I love it. Mm, what do you guys think? Let me mirror it. There you have it. Now you can read it. Uh, this is like a mirror glass, so it's a little bit hard. It's all right. You guys can see it. But yeah, it's a nice result. You can adjust the settings and have it done stronger. Let me change the camera right here. Um, so the next thing that I want to show you guys, like I said, is the engraving on tumblers without having to use the rotary. I have got so many questions on these. Um, xTool software have a curve feature that you can use that, but I don't use that for tumblers mostly. I have used it mostly for baseballs. So with tumblers, you can engrave without the rotary. You just need to engrave smaller. So that's the thing. You are limited on the space. But I only do this when I'm doing events because on events it's not suggested to have the lid open. So you cannot use the rotary, right? Unless you have a protection around it. Um, so that's why since I do on-site events, that's why I just do a small sizing. I obviously talk with my customer first, the sizing and everything. So that's how I do it. All right. So you can engrave. This is how I do it. I do it first with diode laser to remove the paint, and then infrared to polish the tumbler. And this is the result. We talked about it more on my past live, but I wanted to touch base again on these because I received a few questions on it. Um, so it's similar to engraving these. I'm also going to engrave these. So it's the same, basically the same settings also sometimes. But with this one, you can also use only infrared with this pin right here. It's a really nice material to engrave also. So let's jump on that. I also use a 3D printed jig for when I'm doing these on-site events to hold my tumbler, and that way it's not moving or anything. Okay, so let's put this right here. I don't have the jig today. When I moved everything from my last event, yeah, it got a little bit lost. So we're gonna improvise. So I just want to show you guys this. It's all right. So as you can see, we are limited in about an inch, 1 point maybe 3 inches, but I'm gonna show you right here. So like I said in the past, the two dots need to be overlapping. The machine can do this automatically, sorry, but sometimes I prefer to do it manually. All right. So yes, you need the tumbler to be even, um, but it can also work without even be even. So let's go back to the software right here. Go back here real quick. And let's take a picture. So let me show you a few example. We're gonna leave that there. We're at 1.4 inches. So we're gonna do copy paste and let's do this like this. So at events, I do this and it's bigger. It's just um, not wide. Okay. So if people have last names, name and last name, we put the name on top and the last name on the bottom. Um, but it really works and you avoid, if you're doing on-site event, you want everything to be safe and avoid any issues. Okay. So let's find, I have my settings on white Tumblr. Here it is. So first, we're gonna do the first step, Tumblr first step. So we're using the blue light. This is the settings that I use. You guys can take a picture if you like. This work for most of coded tumblers. Tumblers that are thicker, that have thicker paint, you may need to increase the power or lower the speed. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, some tumblers like Jetty or Owala, they have a thick paint on them. So I'm gonna use this as an example so you can see we can engrave. Obviously, when we are going to do we're going to do the framing so you can see. Let's start with this top part right here, and let's minimize this and increase this. So you can see that we have some curvature right here. So that may engrave with a curve. So that's where you have to put it smaller, but we're gonna leave it like that so you can see the example. Okay. And let me show you this part right here. As you can see, we don't have any curvature on that part. Okay. So that is the way that you mostly want it. But let's do this example. Let's put this wider. Let me switch here and put this. So we're gonna put this wider so you can see the difference. So you guys can see what I said about engraving without a rotary. And like I said, this is not, you're not going to be doing this all the time. It's just when you can use the rotary or if you don't have a rotary. Okay. So we're gonna start with the blue light. Let's frame everything. Let's go back right here and let's see. Okay. So let's start it. We're gonna close these. Let's see. Perfect. And let's go here to the software and click process, start, and let's run it to see how it looks. Awesome, thank you. Lynette, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So you can stack that code. Let me start my filter. You can stack that code with the sale that is going on. We're gonna talk about that sale in a few minutes, so you guys can understand a little bit better about the sale. As you can see here right now, you can even engrave bigger, you know, even if it's a little bit curved. So we will see how many inches is that. Let's see. Let's go back right here, minimize. So this one right here is 1.7 inches. So you can engrave that without using the rotary. It will be a little bit curved, I'm not gonna lie, but we will see the result in a minute. So, but yeah, if you don't have a rotary, you're not, you're limited on doing the tumbler, but you can definitely engrave tumblers, okay? And where you are at an event, um, you can engrave tumblers. This is the way I do it, um, just to be safe in these events. Um, so yeah, if you want to enter the draw of the gift card, I have a link, a pin link that you guys can click that, or you can also scan this QR code right here. Okay, so now this is done. So now we're gonna go, let me take this off right here. So now we're gonna go and use the fiber laser to polish everything, okay? So what we're going to do, let me put this big, is we're gonna grab everything and we're going to change. I have my settings saved, so I have it as Tumblr's second step, and it automatically changed to fiber laser, and these are the settings that I use. Feel free to take a picture. Also, this live is going to be saved, so you guys can go back and forth, uh, on it, so you guys can save everything if you guys like. So we're gonna sorry, we're gonna just go now and polish this. So we're gonna click process, start. We're gonna leave everything like it is, okay? Just changing from blue light to fiber laser, okay? And the settings, we adjusted it a little bit. So now we're gonna minimize this and let's start it. Let me put this big so you guys can see it better. We're gonna click process and there you have it. Now it's polishing everything. And yeah, it did 1.7 inches without the rotary. What do you guys think? It is possible, I think, but you need to do multiple purchases. Okay, not in the same order. Okay, let's see. Damn, I'm even impressed. I think I have not tried 1.7 inches. So yeah, so you can do that without rotary. Let me clean it a little bit. So this that you see here, the black part. Let me use my other camera. Just this one take a little bit to focus. So you see those black part? We're just gonna going to clean it a little bit. Oh, I use the paint part, but you just clean it a little bit and it's good to go. Like without a rotary, okay? This result is without it, okay? So you can definitely engrave even 1.7 inches without using a rotary. I mostly use a jig, a 3D printed jig in place, so this doesn't move. I had to improvise today, so don't mind my improvised jig. But as you can see here a little bit of a curvature, so it's a little bit like this, but it's barely noticeable. So yeah, I stick to this sizing, maybe a little bit bigger, but you can do 1.7 inches. Okay, let's see if we get the focus. Sorry, my cameras today are acting up a little bit. But you can see it's polished. You barely need to do anything. Just a little bit of cleaning and you're good to go. So you can definitely do this on site without having to use the rotary, without leaving your lid up. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Thank you, Jennifer. And if you guys have any questions now or later, feel free to reach me out. Feel free to leave questions in the comment. So yeah, this is my tip for doing on-site engraving. I really love doing tumblers on-site. Is my best seller so far for on-site engraving and for events. Okay, and you can go back to the live and you can see we did this already. If you're just joining, we are using today the F1 Ultra. So to finalize, I'm going to talk, guys, a little bit of the sale that is going on. I have received a few questions on it, so we're gonna go together to the website so you guys can see it. So the codes vary per what you have on your card. So, if you have something more expensive, the discount is gonna be deeper, okay? And you can stack this discount right here. But in the meantime, feel free to leave me some comments, some questions if you guys have any. And my next live, I hopefully will be using the M2 when I arrive to my demo room in New Jersey. I'm super excited to do some projects on that. And yeah, that will be my next live. And we have some other things cooking, some other lives. So here it is. This is the xTool website. And let's go right here to the mid-year mega sale. So it's really a nice sale, okay? I'm not lying. It's a really nice sale. So let's go. So here you see the different, stackable codes that we have. It's stackable with the code that we have on the live, OMA 50, okay? So if you spend over this amount right here, you get 150 off. But for example, if you're going to buy the power printer, you will get a huge amount off, okay? And you can stack 50 extra. So I got a few questions asking if you will get all these off, together. No, sadly, you cannot use all these off on your purchase. But the more you buy, the more discount you get. So you can combine things like it's not just one machine, so you can add materials. xTool have some nice materials. um, if you're here, I'm gonna show you guys. So they have materials that you guys can use. It depends on your machine, so they will suggest depending on your machine. So for the F1 Ultra, we have some nice materials. We have coasters. Let's go. Let's go right here. Where is it? Let's just. I like to purchase material packages. Here it is. So Exos have some material packages that are really nice. You can buy acrylic. This is mostly intended, yeah, for, yep, here it is, F1 and F2 Ultra. So it's more metal, more jewelry, more leather. This is really nice. Let me show you guys. I saw someone asking about the fiber laser and UV. So xTool does have some bundles. Let's see. Let me see what it is. Let me check what it is. You guys, you can get a bundle with the UV. Click here, laser. Let's find this one right here. To see the bundle, let's see. Buy now. I want to buy this machine. I don't have it, but man, I think I'm gonna buy it. This is the deluxe bundle. Oh, it's on a really nice price. But let me find the bundle. Let me type here bundle. Maybe it appears. I know there is a bundle. Bundle F2 UV. Man, I can send you the link because I'm not finding it. F, I think it's the F2 actually. I think it's the F2. Here it is. Yes, I find it. I found it. So this is the bundle. It's actually the F2 Ultra MOPA plus the UV. So this is nice. I thought it was the F1. So it's the F2 Ultra. So the F2 Ultra is a piece of a machine. It's a 60-watt MOPA laser. So the F1, the one that we were using here, is a 20-watt infrared laser. So this is actually a 60-watt MOPA laser. So yeah. But it's the F2 Ultra single, so it doesn't have the diode laser on it. So you have to keep that in mind if you're purchasing this bundle right here. So it's just the fiber laser, F2 Ultra single. So it's a 60-watt MOPA laser, but the price is great. I mean, yeah. Sorry, I'm just saying this. So there you have it, guys. Let me check the chat. Sorry. I love the exo materials. Yes, I love them too. They're really nice. I love the jewelry. I mostly buy that. It's really nice. They're really nice jewelry. Can we do vertically? So I tested how big can we do vertically without curve. So I just did right there 1.7 inches. So, and it's just a little bit of a curvature, like tiny, tiny. So I think you can do 1.6. Um, and I thought it was going to be very curved, but it's not. So I was impressed with it. So 1.7 inches. So it's really nice. It also depends on the tumbler, okay? Because some tumblers, we have skinny tumblers sometimes that are, less round. So you have also to keep that in mind. So you have to check on the framing first. If you see that the framing is lowering and is having curve, then you need to put it smaller, okay? Yep, the Corey said the kids are the way to go when you want to experiment and play. Yeah, definitely. The kids are great. And you can, and also the price, for the bundle is nice. So you can play with everything and then purchase what you like. So you can test everything. That's the one I want, but I don't know if I can manage it. Such a good deal. Yeah, it's definitely a good deal. You can manage it for sure. So Excel, one other thing that people sometimes don't know, Excel does have a lot of YouTube videos that you guys can hop on it, and at first before you buy the machine, go watch those and see how you like it. Excel does have a lot of videos in this YouTube channel, Xtool, and there's another videos. I think they're on the Xtool website. It's called Xtool Academy, and there are a lot of videos right there that you guys can watch, go back and forth, and learn a lot from there. And we're doing different lives here, so you guys can learn more and more. And if you guys have any questions, you can leave them right here. Too crazy chocolate. Thank you for being here. Hello. That's the one. Budget wise, I get it. It's a little expensive. But let me tell you guys, I bought my recent purchase was the power printer, and it's expensive machine, but I bet you guys will get it back. Like I'm telling you, um, I have gone mine back. My lasers are the one that I have that they have paid really quick, like really quick. So yeah, it depends, but honestly, and I'm talking real honest here. I'm not lying. So I will give you honest feedback, and I will not I will not tell you to buy something if you don't need it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and hopefully I will see you guys on my next live. Okay. And if you have any questions, let me switch this here so you guys can see it a little bit. There are some giveaways this week. So when you go to the xTool page, you need to fill out, where is it? Like if you do a purchase, for you will be entered for a refund on your order. That's really nice. So it's like a draw. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. I will be reading them later also. Yes, off already. No, thank you guys for tuning in. It was nice to talk with you guys. I hope to see you guys on my next live. Probably next week, we'll see if we are doing a live on the M2. Hopefully, we are. And I have some ideas. I want to do some earrings. I want to do a lot of things on that. Sorry, Joe. Can you type it again? Can you post D? You just say got cut out. So let me go back right here. So if you before we go, scan these, okay, and enter to the draw. I also have the link pinned on the chat before I go. Gracias, Camacho. Gracias. Muchas gracias a todos los que se conectaron. Saludos, saludos. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys have a good night, a nice sleep, and get rest. Of course, and if you guys have any questions, again, feel free to let me know in the comments, and feel free to reach me out. I can read the comment later, and take notes for my next live also, so we can go over those questions and answer them and give any tips that you guys may need. Okay. And I think I will be purchasing the UV, so I'm gonna do some lives on the UV if I buy it. But so far, I'm gonna be doing some lives on the M2 and on the P3. My favorite machine of EXO is the P3. Like I'm obsessed. That is the CO2 laser. So I use that for making making molds. I do my master molds. I cut acrylic on that. So yeah, thank you guys. Before I go, scan this right here or use the link that I have pinned. No, that is not it. That's the, I think, yep, show. Yep, there we have it. So it's on the stream right now. So feel free to click that before I go, before I leave. Help the crafter. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really like doing these. I really like to connect with you guys. So, have you tried annealing photos on stainless steel? Yes. Yeah. Photos on stainless steel, they look great. Also on jewelry, they look great. I prefer to engrave on gold, stainless steel. It looks really flawless. You can do silver stainless steel, but my favorite is gold. It looks really nice. So again, thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys have a good night and see you guys on my next live. My name is Oma, and it was nice meeting you. Feel free to follow me on my socials. My socials are crafty787 shop on Instagram. And you can find me on YouTube or TikTok as crafty787.